You're listening to Let's Be Real.
Thank you and welcome to Let's Be Real. Click, share, like. We have three amazing women who are going to share about their new venture so that we can support. And we want to definitely give them all of our love and our attention. And again, let somebody know so that we can make sure that we spread the love. So we have two of the wonderful women here with us right now, and the third will join us momentarily. But I want to welcome Rhonda Moore and Alyssa Walker. I was going to call you Frazier. Walker.
It's okay.
and newly married. Is it a year, Alyssa?
Yes, it's been 2 years.
2 years. So she's still a newlywed. So
thank you.
These amazing Black women are amazing in their own right, but now they're coming together. And the third woman is named Lisa Frazier. She will join us momentarily. But oh wait, is she? Oh no, she's not on yet. She's gonna join us momentarily, and we want to give each of them just a moment just to talk about their own awesomeness, because they're gonna come together and just knock everyone out with this new venture that I will tell you about momentarily. So we're going to start with Rhonda. Rhonda is the CEO of FazeTwo Marketing and Productions, and she has years of experience in working with amazing people, taking them from point A to point B, and no one can tell it better than Miss Rhonda. Rhonda, thank you for being here. Tell us a little about it.
And thank you, Tara, for having me on the show. I really appreciate that. And hey, Lisa, hi. So I'm gonna definitely keep it brief, because I can't go long. So I'll just say this, I'm just blessed to be here today. I'm so happy that Lisa and Alyssa decided to kind of just partner with me to make the magazine pop. And for those of you who don't know what I do, I actually market our brand. I help business level up, meaning I'll take someone from beginning of a startup, just thinking of a name, to how do we become a business. So if that means helping you brand it, targeting the right people, giving you ideas of how to reach the right people so you can make your business possible.
And now, Alyssa Walker, you have Sultry Sister Foundation, and you have Oliver Home Improvements. Now that I didn't know about. I know a little bit about these two young ladies, but I did not know that. So tell us about Oliver Home, and then tell us about Sultry Sister.
Okay, Oliver Home Improvements. But Home Improvement is a company my husband and I we started 3 years ago. He's a contractor, and I'm his helper, of course.
Of course.
And he's interior, exterior work, patios, decks, bathroom remodels, things like that. So basically, I'm just learning the business, paperwork, things like that. Mm-hmm. He's the muscle behind it. So, and he specializes in the contract.
Mm-hmm. Well, definitely, we now see a Black man with his muscle, his wife, in carpentry home improvement. So definitely, we're going to add her information onto our site at the end. So reach out if you. It's summertime. We need stuff done. We've been shut down for 1.5 years. So let's make those backyard improvements. I may be calling them for my deck, but
very good.
And Sultry Sisters.
And Sultry Sisters is an organization designed for young women and children, like their families. We have different events, workshops, charity events, health and wellness fairs, expos, anything to help young women and children, their children and families. We want to say families. We don't just want to eliminate just with children. With hopes to become a resource center for young women and children.
And where are you both located out of? Do you just target one area or?
No, we collaborate with different areas. I would like to go nationwide. That's my dream. But no, we collaborate. We go outside of Jersey that's
Okay.
what you mean. That's not a
Mhm.
problem. Yes. We
And
have been,
Rhonda,
we had events in North Carolina so far.
okay. Okay. And Rhonda, the same thing with your marketing. Do you just target the tri-state area with your clients, or do you have like a website or something where people who may not be in New York or New Jersey can reach out to you?
I'm actually global. I'm actually all around.
Okay.
So I'm East Coast, West Coast, and everything in between, if
Okay.
that makes sense. My
Okay.
website, FazeTwo, the marketing website is actually being revamped. So we can kind of, collaborate that with the magazine itself. So I'm working on
Mhm.
that. But I am also available on Instagram, Facebook for those that just want to have a question. And if they
Okay.
want to go on the magazine, they can always just, I'm all
Okay.
around.
So listen, she's worldwide, she's saying.
Basically,
I want to be that way.
no cities who small or big.
So with that being said, because you both have a lot on your plate from what you're saying, and this new venture that we want to present to everyone is a magazine, a Black woman created, owned, founded, run. And how are you going to balance that? How do you balance your home, your work with this new venture?
So I guess I'll take lead. So what you just named is what I've been doing,
Okay.
minus the actual publication part. And I think the biggest challenge when you say how would you do it is learning to just delegate and allowing people that want to be a part to bring what they can bring versus me trying to control the whole pie, right? So for me, I am one of those people where if you call me and say, hey, here's my budget, this is my idea, I'm gonna make this vision come to life. Simple as that. I'm a connector, I'm a resourcer, and I make everything come together. The magazine actually pretty much stands as a hub for any business owner. I'm basically catering to men and women of color. I mean, we really don't have too many platforms where we can go outside of the Jersey Journal for those that's in Hudson County, right? And
Yeah.
Star Ledger. So for those that are in Essex and Hudson, they just have a local paper that doesn't really help them level up what they're doing. So the magazine serves as a place where, like yourself or someone that wants to get exposure on their services. If somebody has a question about becoming an entrepreneur, they can read some articles. So it's actually an additional platform to what they were using.
Okay. And
And
because we have not said, the magazine is called FazeTwo Magazine.
FazeTwo, you know what it is? That's my second company, actually. That's where the name came from.
Okay. And the two is spelled out TWO. So it's FazeTwo Magazine.
That is correct.
And, Alyssa, you just said you want to, kind of branch out of the tri-state area, out of Jersey City. You've gone to North Carolina. As one of the co-founders, how are you going to balance it? Because it's going to take each of you playing your part to make this baby work.
Yes. Well, actually, it will help me because the collaboration is awesome. Instead of me trying to, when I put events together and things like that, I can just put it in my magazine.
Oh, go ahead now.
It would work hand in hand. So it makes my my job easier. It's just getting the information to a more broad band.
Mm-hmm. And now, how do you guys anticipate bringing individuals to the magazine when there's just so much social media? Like, do you find that people are still wanting to go out and purchase a magazine?
So I guess the main thing we left over that we're digital, right? So we were initially thinking of becoming a two-part, digital and actually print. And realistically, with the way social media is pretty much going and the way the world is following it, we decided to just make it digital, where everybody can just log on from their phone, their computer, their watch, if the case may be. And just to bridge what Lisa said, the fact that I'm actually more the marketing person, I
Okay.
kind of would be more of the mouthpiece to bring people aware, to make people aware of what she's doing. So Lisa putting her information in the magazine will say, hey, we're here. And I'll be the one having a conversation about it, bring them together. Like I said, I'm a resource, so I can make those connections.
Publication.
Yes.
Digital.
Yes. Digital
Okay.
magazine. And I mean, the good thing about it being digital is you can be home, right? A lot of people, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually stopped reading magazines like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm so busy, I don't even have time to read a book too much outside the Bible, right? For me. So I mean, I'm one of those people, I'm gonna take my tea, take my coffee, take my bagel, take my mom to the doctor. I have 5 minutes, I'm on the phone, let me scroll up, a link pop up. So I find the notifications are very important. All you have to do every month is get a link.
So now I'm going to ask you this because this is Let's Be Real.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Okay. Our people tend to want discounts and free stuff. So how do you propose getting the resources from said businesses and people to actually keep the magazine afloat or start it or just make money? Because you know what, we do things for profit as well. Let's just be real.
Always been profit. So let me just go in and say again, I like to thank Alyssa Lisa because they came in as partners financially as well. To be honest with you, right? I mean, we all have challenges in life. You know, I've been blessed. I can honestly be blessed not to miss a meal or anything in the last couple of years. And I thank God for that. But I thank God. So Alyssa and I have been high school. We've been friends since high school, right? We've always had our own journey, but we've always been friends. So it wasn't until we got older we understood that we have the same interest, which is helping people, making a difference. And we've been giving stuff away for free. I mean, you can't pay for information with a will, right? You can't pay to help someone in need. But if there's a person that's willing to put their money toward their brand and they have a service, they're willing to spend. Like you have the $10 store and you have the sacks, right? So for those that only got $10, we're doing $10 stuff. For those that have 100, we're doing $100 stuff. And I mean that with the ultimate respect. The bottom line is you pay for what you get. So if you're only going to use Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as your media, then you're not really doing much. Because the day they decide to say, oh, system error, like just like right now, we had a problem, right? Once the system goes down on any social media platform, you're done. Phase 2 is still here. I still have my mouth, right? We still have information, and I'm still a hands-on person out in the street, as you said. So I don't rely on just that one place to get information. I try to put that out toward consumers. Listen, even readers, consumers, and clients. Facebook is free for you. Your product costs. Facebook is allowing you to join in. Eventually, it would be a fee. And then think about it. Black people, African-American people in Hudson County, Essex County, don't have a lot of money to go into Essence, right? Or Vogue, or Vogue, or Vibe. So I'm trying to target everyday people that look like me, right? I came from Montgomery Projects, and big up to my hometown. I went to Ferris High School. I came from mother and dad. Everybody had challenges, and no, there was not a lot of people that looked like me in those magazines. And then when I started getting into business after working in the city for 20 years, I realized that I wanted to find something for me that can help people look like me. And that's kind of what made me say, hey, you know what? This magazine can help a young girl 15 in high school that likes lashes. That you already know she's not going to Essence if she's buying someone else's lashes. You know that, right? But if there's a young girl who can actually make her own lash, right? And found a way to make it pop and bring the hair together with different hair, and now she has her own product, that's a brand you should be interested in. So, I mean, $15 is what you're paying to subscribe for a year. I'm actually, what's it, $7 or $6 a month?
That's not a lie. And thank you, because we had not said that. So for those listening, it's going to be $15 for the year. Correct? For the year?
It's actually, we have an early bird special. So for those that are listening, from now until our launch date, we're allowing people to pay $15. After that's $20. But think about it. You're talking about 75 cents a month to read information about everybody and getting tools and tips.
It's not a lot, I think. And the reason why I asked and I presented it that way, because we seem to think, because you have made a point of saying, Essex and Hudson County, there's not a lot of money. Well, when I see our folk walking down the street, there's some money somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's a population that's in need, but the greater population, they have some coins. They just need to know how to redirect it to bless themselves instead of somebody else. Or like your magazine, someone that looks like them, that in tune will still help the community, because you definitely, both of you help your communities as well as doing these for profit. You definitely give back. So Alyssa, I will ask you the same thing. I know it's hard when you're trying to help the community. A lot of times you're just trying to give them something, and that could be a challenge.
Yes, definitely. I just love that our magazine is given like a business that doesn't normally have like a platform in other magazines, especially, I don't want to say the little guys or whatever, but they're not in stores. They don't have a different outlet. So our magazine is giving them the platform to do that. We're giving them the chance to shine because, I'm just saying, just like my husband, I mean, he's phenomenal with his cuts and his decks. And when people see that, they're like, oh my goodness, the cuts on this, if you appreciate wood. And you would think that like, a big company did it, but didn't know. And he did a lot of decks that people, and he's not like a flamboyant person. He doesn't like Facebook. He doesn't know how to get him, hey, because he thinks Facebook is negative. So you still have people that do that. So with our magazine, it can help someone like him. When you see his cuts, you're like, wow, this guy did an awesome job on this deck, but why isn't he out here? So you have someone making a cake. So you have someone, we have some awesome people in Hudson County and
yes, we do.
Say, and they don't have the platform. So, I'm just saying our expos and things like that. So our magazine is just one more added, step where someone is looking, like Rhonda says, she's more of, I'm more of a, hard copy, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, I'm sorry telling my age, but sometimes you want to look for something, maybe I want someone local to make my dress. Maybe I want someone local to design a shirt or change my logo, or, so you have people that thinks like, I'm just thinking as a consumer or whatever, you might want to help your local, your local businesses. And again, I think they're awesome. There's a lot of one of a kind things. It's not something you can go to the store and see a mannequin wear. So by giving them the platform and networking with them, like that's what's gonna help me a lot, because I can actually network with them, and when I'm having something, I can use them in that aspect too. So giving away free things, getting back to that, I'm more of a softie with that. If I can give it to you because I believe in my product and I know that it's going to be awesome, and I know you're going to look for me again. So basically, I might say, hey, you know what, here, you can have it. And then I know later on you'll be coming back to me because you'll remember that.
It's like get them a little taste and know that. Get them hooked on the product so they'll come back and watch.
Yes, and they do. They'll be like, hey, you may not remember your name, but they remember, oh yeah, I remember her. And I thank you. I get that a lot. I thank you for, helping me. I thank you for putting me on or whatever. And that means a lot.
So do you think, because like you said, this is something that many people talk about, but sometimes it's hard to sustain. What is the mental preparation you need to have to do a targeted piece like this? Because you are specifically targeting not only your community, but your people, our people, Black men and women, trying to give them a leg up, right? With their marketing, with their production, just with being seen. And do you feel any kind of way that it would be seen as, well, why are you just being selective? Why, like if I want to come in and I'm Hispanic or I'm Asian, are you confident in standing on what your mission for your piece is, or will you evolve?
So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I am definitely gonna stand on what I've been. I mean, I'm more of a matter of fact, I'll be 50 this year. Hey, and I'm not even ashamed to say that, right? I am a woman of a certain age, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I am so concerned about our young women. I come from the urban area, I'm not even gonna say hood, I came from a neighborhood, right? No matter what it was, tall buildings, small buildings, houses. I am for our people. I mean, we have been in the back door, back room, backside forever, right? And so for those that can't really branch into the entertainment field, to the movie stream, as a woman of color, growing up in an urban area and working on Wall Street, I've been blessed with the tools. 20 years to figure out how we make this work. The problem or challenge I find is getting people to buy into it, because we have to change the mindset of what we were told, right? The culture. Yes. So I am not going to say I would never have a FazeTwo Magazine Part 2 or involved into something different. But right now, I'm targeting specific people in my community, my area, my county, and my state. But I also have it open to various states. I have friends all around. So the whole East Coast, I mean, we are already going to be featured in 9 different states. So Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, Connecticut, New York. I mean, every state I said, there's people going to be actually being and also participating. And to speak about that, one thing I had to find, and I had to pray about it, because prayer pretty much made this work, right? Without God, nothing works. I found that when you ask God what you need, and you keep it in alignment, and it's going to glorify Him, He'll give you exactly what you want, and He'll make the road clear. So for me, the road is clear. The vision is out there. The pandemic didn't stop it. But I thank God for the partnership. I mean, for Lisa,
Yeah.
for Lisa to come in and I mean, honestly, keeping it 100, we all have resources of our own. But when somebody else wants to bring this with you and allow you to run and steer it, it means a lot to me. So I'm definitely not going to shy away from other nationalities, but right now it's about us. We've never been first, right? So we've never been first. We've never had the platform to take lead. And we've always had to be in the fun world, the comedian. We had to be the maid. So now I'm like, no, we can be the leader. We can be the boss, right? This is what works for me. So no, I'm definitely going to pray about that next level. But right now, this is the main level. Did that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
I hope it did.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it does. It does.
I mean, I hate to sound like that, but it's
no,
really
no. Listen, that's why I asked, because we're keeping it real. And
I'm sorry, can I say one thing too? I didn't mean to
Sure.
interrupt you. I also have a program for Girl Talk, which is my passion, right? So that's I'm not even gonna say 501c. That is just pretty much that's my mentoring program. It's a forum for girls to come in. And there's so many young girls who may not have money, resources, parents, or the help. And my thing is, if I can give away free information, it's connection. So when I see 14 young girls walking around trying to idolize someone else, I'm like, you know what? Let me shift them around. She can be a hairstylist. She can be a doctor. She can be a dressmaker. She can be a seamstress. That's why I won't fold right now, Jay. I won't. Not right now. I'll never fold. I might just level up a little more. But right now, we're going to fold this.
No, that's great. Alyssa, do you have anything to add to that as far as, standing in your purpose for the magazine? And then Lisa, we're going to welcome you in a moment. So if you could just take your phone off of mute. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Anything that I want to add to that?
Yes.
I would say we pretty much designed it for Black businesses to give them that platform. So if, I don't think we should change it at this point, but I can't say never.
Okay. And I see that Alyssa is the soft one, because she's tiptoeing around like, I really want to.
I don't want to, I don't want to say it.
Well, can I say this? Can I just say this? Believe it or not, I wouldn't say soft one, right? I'm actually the soft one.
Really?
I'm just more vocal. It's a different. She's a quiet storm, right? So because you have to walk in and say, hey, you may have 1 second to make a connection, and you got to walk through that door, right? And I come with confidence, not arrogance, right? Alyssa's the one when I tell you, well, did you think about A, B, C, and D? Did you put that in mind before you came to me? So Lisa's the one like, well, that sounds good, but what about behind that? So she's also part of the brains with this as well.
So she's strategic, and you come down with a hammer, and she's strategic.
I'm like, hey, we're gonna do this. It's already in my head. She's like, but what does it look like on paper? I'm like, oh, okay. So give me a second.
Well, I want to welcome in Lisa Frazier. Thank you for joining us, and you are another woman that is part of this team with FazeTwo Magazine. You're going to bring the fashion sense, from what I've been told. So if you can just tell us, because you kind of missed the front, and I understand you were in traffic, can you just tell us your years in loving and being in fashion? I know from a teenager, you were drawn to it. Tell us a little bit about your company. Lady
Okay,
Butch,
well, yes. Well, I would like to say thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being on your platform. And then also, Lady Brooch. I just like fashion. I just like, just doing things different, just being different. So I always had an eye for fashion. However, just the last couple of years, I just decided to just step out of my box and just, go forward with my passion of just styling and just doing little different things. Just my whole objective is just having like brooches or like little accessories, just setting off whatever it is that you're wearing or whatever it is that you have on, like a little brooch or maybe like a type of accessory or bracelet, anything, like just to add a little pop to it. So that's my thing. I would just take anything and kind of recreate it to make it my own style.
Okay, and I like what you said at the end, your own style. So with this magazine, and because we're reaching out to men and women in our community, from a fashion standpoint, what would the magazine highlight to help our young ladies do just that. Enhance their own selves as opposed to looking at social media and wanting to become someone else?
Well, for the magazine, I feel as though it will help them to be themselves because it will give them the initiative. It will give them the little push that they need as far as me, because me being just quiet and reserved. But like I said, I'm just trying to step out of my box and just be a little bit more vocal and just express myself. And, just want to be known for just who I am and the things that I do as far as the fashion thing. So I figured that our magazine will just offer people to have a voice, to, be heard, to be seen. And, that will help them get out there and, people see them. And, the more they get recognition, would boost anything that they have with their business.
Now, is there any limitations with the magazine? Is there anything that you don't want to publish in there? If someone comes to you and say, I really am doing this butt implant business, and I help them get to Dominican, right? Could I advertise in your magazine, or is there anything that you would not put in there?
Hopefully. I will hope that it wouldn't be nothing that we would not put in the magazine, but sometimes, we would have to use our discretion because it's for, business to be advertised. So more than likely, we wouldn't want to turn anyone away. So hopefully, whatever it is that they have, we will be able to, implement them in there some type of way to help them with their business. Because that's the whole objective of the magazine, to get people out there, to get people heard, to get people seen. So
did you want
I wouldn't want to turn anyone away.
Well, I will add it. There will be a discretion, though. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And like Lisa said, just to bridge it, realistically, right? So when you're trying to get people to buy into a service or to believe in what you're selling, it needs to make sense. You have to be healthy. So when it comes to butt plants, there may be somebody with medical conditions. There may be some cancer. There's reasons why people get some stuff. So depending on the company and the reason for them doing it will determine if I say yes or we say yes or no. If you're just doing it to make money because you want to just stop the traffic from state to state, that's different. But if there's a person saying, hey, you know what? I had breast cancer. It was hard for me. I just want to help women feel beautiful. Then that would be a reason to advertise that brand, right? So like you said, limitations, being mindful. Yeah. Just not making stuff and putting them in.
Well, I like that because what you are telling the listeners is there's a standard with this magazine.
Absolutely.
There are 3 beautiful queens that are coming together with their own awesomeness, and they're going to create this platform where other Black men and women can then be able to share. Because like you said, there are a lot of young ladies that I know have gotten into the lash business, that have gotten into even clothing, but they're doing it on a local scale for whatever reason, resources, just not knowing how to get to the next level. So I think this could be this will be a great platform for the community, so that people like Alyssa's husband and these young ladies and young men who are out here making moves.
Yes.
And the greater masses just don't know about it.
Like you said, also let's just say the corporate side. So again, like I said, I partnered with Lisa for the fashion part, right? And then the whole services in the community. But then there's the realistic part. How do you make money? Is what's the budget? So when you say strategize, that's also me on this side of it, where trying to go and say realistically, what's my overhead? How do I start it? Where do I start? What's the 1, 2, 3 steps? On how do I become a brand? So the business part of it, I'll bring in from a real corporate, doesn't matter your nationality, where you're from. Business is business at the end of the day. You have to pay for services and products. You're looking to receive some type of residual. So there's going to be a section throughout the magazine always gives a business tip. There might be some strategies for certain brands, right? There may be a 1, 2, 3, how do you just turn on, like even with lashes. If you go to Shopper, there's 5 different brands of bread. You go for what you like, right? I may go for someone that have the longer last between the space. It all depends on how you market. Product placement is very important to me. Have 5 different businesses, but if you don't have the right position in your logo, then I won't even see it. So I want to help people strategically place things in the right position when they're trying to advertise. So the advertising still pretty much reigns supreme. That's key.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
In the beginning, because as you said,
Right.
you want it to get out there, and you definitely want to turn a profit, because a profit helps you to evolve even the magazine itself.
Absolutely.
Everything takes money, trust.
That's right.
So I mean, it is
That's
what it
right.
is. Again, Lisa, I'm sorry that you had car trouble and just coming in. So is there anything you want to add from your standpoint within the magazine? Before we wrap it up, each person is going to be able to just give what their purpose for was in joining it, how do they see it growing, and then Rhonda will end with giving us the launch date.
Okay. Well, for me, I see the magazine just taking off because at this point, we don't have nothing like this in our community. So it helps people, it helps, like I said, get them out there, get their business out there. And, I feel good about it. So I'm just going to do my part to the best of my ability. And, like I said, for me, I just want to make sure, I can kind of cater to each individual on the fashion tip or how it needs, even if it's they need to know something about hair or anything. So at that point, I just feel as though like I will just contribute as much as possible to cater to the community as needed.
Okay, Alyssa.
Well, for me, I'm coming from wellness and culture and home improvements and also charity events. And I see what's taken off. Again, like she said, there's nothing like it. And I love the networking. So like when you network with people and you collaborate, I love to collaborate too. It's like a good mix. And when they see that, like, what, I could get in their magazine and, their business take off. And again, like I always said, you help people. They remember, you may give them a little, they remember you, and then, your reward is bigger. So I know we'll be an awesome magazine.
Yeah.
We just stick together and, just networking, rock out.
And Rhonda, you will close us out.
So we are already out there. We've already taken flight, right? We're just making ourselves more viewable and more accessible at this point. But on a serious note, the launch date is actually May 29th. And really, that's really just a day where people can come in to 1689 Jersey City. I think it's, matter of fact, I know it's 7 to 11 Sweet Effects, which big shout outs to Sweet Effects, Patricia Dingle and Dana Tucker, who will be hosting our launch party, right? They're a one-stop shop, right? And so what they're going to do is allow us to create our venue in their vision. So we're going to come in, help people. For those that have a business, come and see me, come see us, bring your business cards, come to the cupcake, right? And then get information. Come subscribe and be part of the FazeTwo team. And we'll officially be launching in June.
Okay. Well, I thank you, ladies, for taking the time for coming on Let's Be Real. And guys, please share this video, give your comments. Even if you are new and you're thinking about starting something, leave those comments and they will be shared with this team so we can see where they're going. We're going to follow you guys from the ground up and be with you every step of the way. So again, share, like, and comment. Thank you again, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.